Finally, we take up the last element, and that has to do with anticipatory breach. Now, anticipatory breach occurs when one party determines that the other party to the contract either will not perform its obligation or will commit a fundamental breach. So if one party can see that the other party is not going to perform, whether a buyer or a seller, the law gives to that party the right to declare an immediate breach and then to seek damages based on the immediate present breach. Even if the contract doesn't call for performance until spring 2019, if I determine that you are not going to comply with the terms of the contract, I don't have to wait till spring 2019 to declare a breach and sue you for the breach. So anticipatory breach is when a party essentially gets ahead of the game. If you can see that the other party is going to breach, the law gives you a right to breach first and to sue the other party for a breach. Now, in the event of an anticipatory breach, the parties will have several rights. And the first is a right to suspend performance. If I am a seller and I am scheduled to make a shipment on August 30, but I know, I have reason to believe that you are not going to be able to pay for those goods on delivery, I can suspend my performance. I can wait to see if it is that you're actually going to have the money or not. I can declare an anticipatory breach and suspend any performance that the contract calls for in the meantime. I have a right to avoid performance for anticipatory breach, meaning I can simply walk away from the performance I was supposed to do, which is deliver you goods on August 30, not just suspend that, but actually walk away, avoid that performance. Or finally, if the contract calls for installment payments, payments over time, if the buyer becomes aware that the seller is not going to fulfill its obligations in the contract, the buyer can stop paying for the goods. So in conclusion, what did we learn in this lecture? We know that a contract places responsibilities on both the buyer and the seller. Both the buyer and the seller have obligations under the contract. There are remedies available for the failure to perform under the contract. And the buyers and the sellers' remedies are similar. They sort of match one another. And that's it. In the next lecture, we'll take up damages and defenses and cover that then. Thanks.